That's the problem, isn't it? Even Jeff Bezos isn't immune to the whole, the mama Bezos has gone and go, you're going into space, take your little brother with you.
And then he came out and they all got on these dumb bloody Texas hats.
Oh, what's that about? I saw that.
Now,
that was
look,
ridiculous.
This proves that, yes, that civilians, well, androids, can go into space, but at what cost? Well,
about 275,000 American.
Yeah, that's right. So over $250,000 to get yourself up into space.
Better. Russia was charging about 30 million US a few years ago.
Yeah. Now, this is ridiculous. Now, am I right in thinking that Lord Musk, your saviour,
yes,
Elon actually wants to take people to the International Space Station? Is that correct?
He wants to actually, he's got an orbit of the moon planned.
An orbit of the moon?
He's not fucking around.
Yeah.
He's not going low orbit. He's going into space. He's fuck these guys.
What is there really to do on the moon?
Look at it.
Yeah, cool. But like, I was watching.
They're not going to stop. They're just going to, it's like a scenic trip. Just pull out the camera and take selfie you in front of the Sea of Tranquility, I guess. Fuck, I don't know.
And that's 250,000 miles away.
Yeah, it's a long way off.
Now, if they did it with Apollo 11 and subsequent missions, not Apollo 13, but if they were able to do that, then I'm sure that Elon Musk has got the smarts to be able to get up there and do that. That's fine. But then there are other nations, that want to actually get onto the moon and be part of the whole space thing. Of course, China. Okay, China want to do that.
India
want to do that. And then now here in Australia, we're thinking about going there as well because all we know in this country is desolation and nothingness. Once you get past Broken Hill, welcome to the lunar surface.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know what I mean? But what are the Indians going to do up there? What are they going to do?
I could come out with a particularly insensitive, racist and judgmental comment.
You could, and I know you're not going to.
No, I'm not. I'm above that.
If China and India go up there, it'll just be full of convenience stores, no real roads.
And it'll be overpopulated.
It will be. You know what I'd love to do? To go up onto the moon. This is what I'd love to do. Get up there, take a new fresh set of batteries and hoon around in that car.
It'd still be good.
It would be. And now apparently I was watching something else as well because that's all I do these days in lockdown. You just sit there and watch stuff.
Oh, the YouTube rabbit hole.
No, the History Channel, 1 second.
Oh, the History Channel. You mean aliens and ghosts?
Sure. Okay. The History Channel did a whole thing on Apollo 11, the mission and when it was and what they wanted to do. And Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong only were on the lunar surface for 2 hours.
Yeah.
In this life-changing event, they were up there for 2 hours. The thing, I won't get into it, but afterwards, of course, Armstrong fell into a deep depression, became an alcoholic.
Yeah. He's the man. What do you do after that? You can't top it.
You cannot top it. That's exactly right. However, though, this one program was saying, we've done calculations and we believe that the LEM that they actually landed on the moon with and then took back off.
Some of it.
And then, half of it. Docked it back with Apollo 11 and then released it. They jettisoned it. They reckon it crashed on the moon somewhere. Someone's worked out the math. So Sheldon Cooper somewhere has worked out the math that it may actually still be in orbit around the moon.
Could be.
50-odd years later.
Depending on the angle that it was jettisoned and how fast it was going.
Yep.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so apparently...
So Lord Elon could run into,
Now, wouldn't that be the ultimate artifact? You talk about artifacts on Earth, ancient Egyptian stuff, Incan stuff, all that kind of thing. Wouldn't it be awesome if Elon could actually capture the LEM and bring that back to Earth? That would be amazing.
That would be pretty cool.
Now, Elon is English.
South African.
He's South African.
South African.
So a garage is nothing more than a place to park your car.
Pretty much.
A grudge. Sorry, I got that wrong. Oh, Billy Birmingham, I'm sorry.
He'd be turning in his grave if he was
He's
dead.
not even dead.
I know. If he was, he'd be turning.
My goodness. And got it and then brought it back.
That'd be
cool. Do you think the Americans would demand it?
Oh, absolutely.
Now, here's something.
It'd go straight to the Smithsonian.
It'd have to go straight.
Going straight to the Smithsonian.
But here's something really that's going to blow your mind.
All right.
A friend of ours that we went to high school with actually owns a series of control panels from Houston. From Apollo 11, owns them.
Yeah.
They're just in his house.
Yeah, after JFK got shot and the whole space race was a shot duck, They pretty much...
Wait. I think you're getting your timeline effed up here. JFK was assassinated in 1963. They landed on the moon in 1969.
Ah, yeah, sorry.
You've got 6 years gap there. What are you doing? You
He was putting a man on the moon not because it's easy, but because it's hard.
No, you may as well be telling the story of Jesus aged between 12 and 30. Where's the bloody locks text there? Anyway.
Look, I identify with that being my timeline.
Don't give me this identify with shit. I don't want to hear it.
But no, the bloody NASA pissed all their shit off. They just fire sale. Well, a lot of it you can pick up.
A friend of ours has got desks and
That'd
desks
be cool.
and desks and desks of it with all the original stuff in it. I can't believe that. Like, he's smart enough to be able to hook all that stuff up.
Yeah,
by the
make
way,
it beep and boop and
he
flash.
lives in Perth.
Yes,
I
thought it was that one.
Yes, it is that one. You know exactly that one. Isn't that amazing, though?
That's cool.
There was a TV show recently on where they dealt with space relics. It was sort of like Storage Wars or
Really?
Porn Stars, for space gear. And this shit went for crazy money.
Well, what about the story of those two crims that pinched a whole shit ton of moon rocks? Have you heard this story?
No.
Oh, okay, so there was two. It's basically like that bloody Woody Harrelson film.
Money Train.
No, old one, good one.
White Man Can't Jump.
No, good one, I said.
When he was on Cheers.
No, he had, who was he with? Juliette Lewis.
Oh, Natural Born Killers.
Natural Born Killers. So there was these two, like, rogues, crazy outcast criminals, and it was a while ago, and they perpetrated a heist at one of the facilities that processed moon rocks and stuff.
Right.
And they were pinching like a box, like a crate full of little vials with moon rocks in them, right?
Okay.
And they were going to sell them. They had a buyer. They were going to sell them. They got caught. Because they were pretty dumb crims, and they left a trail a mile wide, et cetera, et cetera. Actually got caught in like one of those, the typical roadside motels you see in like American films. You know how it's like just a car park with the
you drive straight up to it.
Yeah, it's drive straight up to the room. You
don't know who's had their kidneys cut out and left in a bathtub full of ice.
They basically got caught in one of in like a joint like that. And when who was it, NSA or like some acronym agency finally tracked them
CIA,
down.
FBI,
yeah,
NSA.
one of them. And they dragged him out and
the
all
3-1
of that.
Mafia.
The CWA,
Clan.
the Wu-Tang Clan. Oh, there's a Wu-Tang Clan documentary on
don't
Netflix. I've got to watch
go
it.
back to it.
Anyway, they found him, they arrested him, and then they recovered the moon rocks, which were spread all over the bed.
Okay.
And they said, what's the story? And this is before the days of mobile phones and cameras and things. So they weren't like spreading them out on the bed to photograph them and send them to the fence, right?
Right.
They actually said that before they were caught, they decided to spread all of the moon rocks out on the bed and have a root. Because they wanted to have a root on the moon.
Oh, my God.
And so luckily, it was post-coitus when the agencies kicked in the door with the smoke grenades and all of that. But
do you reckon they knew they were listening? Do you reckon that they were just like, well, we'll let them coit?
Let them go.
Let's just have a coit?
Like, they're just digging the hole deeper, really, aren't they? They're having sex on moon rocks.
Yeah, I would imagine that billions-year-old moon rocks
going, what the fuck is
would
this?
be jagged and sharp.
No, they're in little
there's
glass
pink
test
areas
tubes.
of your body. Oh, so hang on, they didn't take them out.
No. They're in sealed, like hermetically sealed.
Oh, that's not rooting on the moon.
I know. It's a bit. There's a telly movie about it. I can't remember what it is right now, but
I don't care. Do you think they were using test tubes? Do you know what I mean?
Ooh.
You know, like,
apparently, according to the Apollo astronauts, the dust got everywhere. It got into the spacesuits, and it smelt like burnt steak.
That's what space smells like, burnt steak, apparently.
Yes.
That's all. You have to remember, though, what is the temperature in the sun on the moon? It's like 250 degrees or something.
Yeah, and then it's minus 250 in the shade.
Yes, exactly right. So that would have been difficult for them.
It was. The spacesuits had to cope for that.
Yeah. So if you've ever had a root at the beach, right?
Sand gets everywhere. Ask Anakin Skywalker.
It's coarse and rough and it gets everywhere, right?
Exactly.
So all of the moon rocks were still sealed in test tubes.
Apparently, yes.
That doesn't count. I'm sorry. That's not having sex on the moon.
What if they opened one up, crushed it up and snorted it?
Oh, my God. Can you imagine? Do you know that they kept the astronauts in quarantine?
Yeah, because they didn't know if there was weird space viruses and shit getting around.
That's exactly right. So what happens? Now, dig. We'll finish this chat here, but dig this. What if sniffing moon dust is like the craziest high you can ever get. Bugger eckies, bugger cocaine.
Mate, the line to the moon would be a mile long.
Exactly right. You'd have astronauts in the toilets at NASA just chatting away to each other, talking like, man, you know what we should do?
Just rack up
Let's
the
open
moon.
up a chain of restaurants, space-themed restaurants, Planet Pizza, Pizza Planet. That's what we'll do. And then they can retro sue Disney for the Toy Story thing.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can you imagine that? How many advertising executives would want to be like, let's pool all our money and go to the moon so we
And
can
get some like the top A grade cocaine.
top A grade moon dust.
Moon dust.
Is it called moon dust? I'm not up on the lingo.
It's called substrate, I think, is the boring word for it.
What, for cocaine?
No, moon dust.
Oh, right. Yeah, but I'm saying
The
like
cocaine.
they're not going to.
The mortar.
And then you got all these people
Mortar.
under green tarps in the bloody Amazon trying to make cocaine, going, well, we thought this would be easier, but just shoot a couple of rockets up the moon, going back with some powder.
Well, why not? And I mean, that's why the Yanks gave up on the moon in the end.
I don't think they gave up on the moon. They just went, well, there's nothing else to do.
Well, the moon was already free, so they didn't need to bring it freedom, and there was no oil.
But they've claimed it.
They can't. There's an international agreement that the moon is for all mankind.
But the Americans got their flag on there.
Yeah, they put a flag up there because they were first to get there, but they cannot. So it's not like, you know, how Antarctica's all like divvied up and we've got a part and like all of that.
Yep.
Or
LA's divvied up with the Crips and Bloods.
Yeah, exactly. Same thing. So when people start landing on the moon properly, they can't say this is.
Wait, hang on. They didn't land on the moon before?
No,
properly?
I mean start colonizing or actually living on the moon, right?
Oh, God.
They can't say this patch of land is American land. So they can't have an embassy or any diplomatic immunity.
Right.
Right.
Hold a grudge.
Hold a grudge. So the all of the land is for all mankind. So there's been an international accord signed. Like the Yanks signed it, the Russians signed it. I'm pretty sure the Chinese didn't. So they'll probably annex the moon. It'll be Taiwan too, the return.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's meant to be for all mankind. Like that is probably one of the more intelligent things our dumb species has done, and said that space is for everyone. You can't just go up there and like claim it and then go, this is California 2 or, you know, Shanghai 3 or whatever. It's not yours. You can't have it. It's for everyone. And it's the same for the rest of the solar system as well, I'm pretty sure, with the Accord. I'm a bit rusty on my space. I haven't done much space lately.
So we need to contact Starfleet and find out what
the Space Force.
It's called Space Force.
Trump's Space Force.
Oh, why did you have to say his name?
He legitimately created a branch of the US Army called the Space Force to defend America's interests from space. And
Defend from who?
the aliens.
What aliens?
I don't know. The Mexicans, they're aliens, aren't they?
Well, according to
illegal
him,
aliens.
but like...
no, but the worst thing is they got roasted because their logo looks exactly the same as the Star Trek logo.
Right, okay, yeah, cool.
So everyone thought it was a massive piss take. You know what? It wasn't.
Sorry, anything that Trump did was a massive piss take. Even him thinking that he's going to get re-elected again back in
Oh, my God.
or again in 2024. This can't happen, people. Smarten up. He'll
die of coronary failure before then.
Stop making penis-shaped rockets to take 5 people up there to fling Skittles at each other.
We didn't even talk.
8.5 minutes,
I know.
We've been talking longer. We've actually talked double longer
So
than
the
it
whole
took
time it took them to get to the edge of space and come back. And
Yes.
fling Skittles around.
flinging Skittles. That is the sum total of the world's richest person. All he wanted to do is get up and do some backflips out of his chair for a period of 4 minutes and catch Skittles in his mouth. That is it. What a waste of fucking money.
This is gonna be good.
With Benny and Az.
It's happening, but it's a year too late. However, though, the Olympics in Tokyo. Now, listen.
It's like the budget Olympics. This is the Olympics you get on Wish. Fucking seriously.
No, look.
The cardboard beds.
Yeah, well, no, but the Japanese are very smart, and like that's not such a bad thing.
Frugal, I think is the word you're looking
No,
for.
I don't think frugal's the. Look, they spend more money on like anime and Hello Kitty and Super Mario and and things like that. However, though, the Olympics are back in Tokyo. Now, let's just quickly look at the opening ceremony, okay? The opening ceremony of the Olympics was performed to an empty stadium, to no one. No audience apart from a television audience. No audience there whatsoever. I mean, it's like being a part of the morning crew on Today FM. There's no audience there whatsoever. Okay?
Now the world knows how it feels to be on.
The Olympics now know what it's like to be Rove McManus.
Oh.
No audience whatsoever.